AreaSports.net proudly presents The Sports Couch. The Sports Couch, one of the area's longest-running local sports talk shows, featuring interviews with area coaches, athletes, and other media personnel covering the sports in our area. Who will be on the couch this morning? Let's find out. The Sports Couch starts now. Welcome to a very special edition of the Sports Couch, because we're going to talk about a baseball signing that is occurring this week with a local athlete, and a lot of people are talking about it and very exciting about it too. You know, it's one of those things where when you are a young lad and you're playing Little League Baseball or JCSA Baseball or Pony League or whatever you call it, everybody's dreams, everybody's aspirations is to play professional baseball. I mean, that's obviously what you aim for, right? And while there's no guarantee that this young man is going to make it to the big leagues, he's taken another step towards that anyway and going to play some professional baseball. And we're talking about Mount Vernon's very own Walker Brockhouse, who is signing a contract this week with the Houston Astros organization after completing a stellar career at Memphis University with the Tigers, as well as Rend Lake College, and, of course, his high school playing days at Mount Vernon. And we're all pretty excited about it. And Walker joins us on the phone right now. Hey, Walker, how are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Great. Good to have you on the Sports Couch. And man, oh man, are we excited for you? It's been quite a week, quite a whirlwind for you the last couple of days, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's been a lot to take in the last few days. You know, it all happens really quick.
It does happen very fast. The baseball draft has been going on, and of course there's many, many rounds involved in the baseball draft. And they got to about the 18th round, and suddenly your phone rang. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so towards the end of the last day on Tuesday, I got a text message from a scout from the Houston Astros, and he texted me, and then he ended up calling me about the 20th round, asking if I would like to sign a free agent deal. And obviously, I was very pleased to say yes and take that offer. So it all happened real quick, in under about 3 minutes. It all happened. Boom, boom, boom.
It didn't take you very long to make up your mind to sign a professional contract with the Houston Astros organization, did it?
No, I didn't.
That's neat. Well, and what's really unique about that too, and that what people need to understand is that you're somebody who's actually got their college degree, and so that's a different situation for you, because you're not somebody that's coming right out of high school and trying to figure out, well, do I want to try to play baseball at a bigger level or that sort of thing, because you've got that experience in college, you got that degree, so you've got something to fall back on too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I was fortunate enough to end up with my 4-year degree from University of Memphis, and fortunate enough to also have the opportunity to move on to the next level.
Yeah. I've got a picture up on the screen for those people watching the video right now. Look, I'm assuming this is probably senior day. It's you and your family standing around with a framed jersey that you're holding on to. Is that what that is, senior day at Memphis?
Yeah. That was the senior day at Memphis. All the senior graduates that participated in that got a framed jersey. That was real nice that they did for us. Yeah,
that's great. Well, let's talk a little bit about your career there down at Memphis with the Tigers, and that's following up a great career, of course, with the Mt Vernon Rams and Coach Tim Holloway and Quinn McClure, and then, of course, going on to Rend Lake College, too, before he went to Memphis. But checking some stats on the Memphis website, and I'm assuming these are all up to date, you had like 18 appearances this past season, and you had 55 strikeouts over 33 2/3 innings as a right-handed pitcher for the Tigers. And you even picked up a save against Tulane. So, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was a fun year, really kind of took off this year with the whole Division I program. And, like you said, the stats, you got the stats right there in front of you. I didn't play a whole lot until this year. We had a deep lineup in front of us. So it was finally my year to kind of break the lineup and get in the game a little bit.
Well, one thing that I did notice, though, is when you made your debut, though, with the Tigers, it was against the Indiana Hoosiers, and you had 6 strikeouts in your Memphis debut back on February 16th of 2019 against the Hoosiers. That had to be a thrill for you.
Oh, yeah, it was an awesome day for me to get out there, and get my feet wet finally as a sophomore, against a good team. It was really, really a confidence boost for me.
Well, you stand 6'4", weigh 195 pounds. I've always thought that you're taller than that, Walker, because I'm 6'3", and it seems like I always look way up to you. So I always thought you were about 6'7", but is 6'4", correct?
Yeah, I'm about 6'4", maybe 6'5" on a good day.
Okay, on a good day. If I was to ask you to describe your pitching style, what would you say?
I would say more of a power type arm with up and down with 12-6. I like to go up with the four seam and down with the 12-6 breaking ball. So more of an up and down kind of guy rather than in and out.
Okay. And how many pitches do you have in your arsenal?
Right now, it is I mainly work off my fastball, curveball, and I do throw a changeup. And this summer, I've been working on a cutter a little bit, so maybe looking to add that into the mix here.
Oh, hey, that's right. That sounds great. Got a picture of you on the mound up on the screen right now, and also standing next to a nice-looking young lady while you're in uniform. I'm assuming that's probably your girlfriend.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's her first name?
Her name's Taylor Mass. She's a Centralia native.
Well, she has got to be very proud of you and excited for you too, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody in the family is, no doubt about it. And everybody back in Mount Vernon is. It's been kind of the buzz on social media here over the last 24 hours or so. We mentioned the 6 strikeouts you had against Indiana in your Memphis debut back in 2019. You also had 6 strikeouts in a few other games against some other good opponents, too. You had 6 strikeouts in a game against Ole Miss. You had 6 strikeouts in a game against Central Arkansas. And I think, according to the website, you had 9 Ks in a game against Murray State. Talk about that.
Yeah, so, the first few you talked about, were kind of earlier in my career in Memphis. So I started off as a starter, throwing more innings at a time. So that was a little bit easier to come by. This year I was primarily out of the back of the bullpen. So, I did have a few appearances of 4+ innings, like the Murray State one. That was this year, obviously, and primarily throwing just 1 to 2 innings at a time this year. It's obviously not possible to get 6 strikeouts when you throw 1 inning. So.
Yeah, sure, right.
Most of those were from my early career in Memphis, and then Murray State was this year. I was actually fortunate enough to face off against Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin Cuyaba, another Mount Vernon native who is also kind of making a name for himself in collegiate baseball and had a great career.
Oh yeah, he's done wonderful.
And he's not done yet either.
Oh no, he's still got a long career ahead of him.
Yeah, he does, and who knows where baseball will take both of you guys for sure. I noticed, too, looking at the stats, that you had 4 1/3 scoreless innings that you threw over 2 appearances against Baylor, and you had a couple scoreless innings on the road at Tulane. That had to be a thrill for you, too.
Yeah, the Tulane outing was huge. It was our first conference game. Opening up at Tulane with a 4-game weekend in front of us for conference. Get that big win on Friday night was it was awesome for the guys. First conference win, at a good school. So. That was huge for the morale boost of the team, and it was an electric outing, an electric time. Just close game, first conference weekend. So it was a very fun time for me.
Well, you've got such a supportive network, a great family behind you. Your younger brother Weston, and of course your mom and dad Tim and Trinae, and I got a picture of all of you together up on the screen right now. And what was their reaction when you got that phone call?
Oh, they were ecstatic. They've always been my biggest supporters. They've been there through it all. Weston, he's always my biggest fan, and doing everything for me. And then Tim and Trinae, they were ecstatic while I was on the phone, trying not to come out of their shoes. it was really fun to be able to experience that with them, and I'm very grateful that they could be there for it all, because they've really been the ones supporting me through thick and thin the whole.
And they've been to a lot of your games, haven't they?
Yes. Yeah, they made quite a few games this year down in Memphis.
Yeah, that's a pretty good trip down there, but they've been there. Seen several photos of them there. That's exciting. Talk about COVID, how that all played into your baseball career down there at Memphis. I'm sure that kind of threw a wrench in some plans, didn't it?
Yeah, so it just kind of like this, the COVID unraveled really quickly. We actually were on a road trip during spring break whenever it all was all unraveling, and we were on our way home. We were actually on our way from Middle Tennessee to Indiana to play on spring break, and all the the tweets and everything was coming out, and different conferences started canceling, and it was kind of the joke that oh, COVID's canceling season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't realize how serious it was, and then, you know, 3 or 4 hours later, you know, the reality hit that it was unfortunately going to be the end of the year. You know, right there, we never got to play another game. So,
boy, oh boy,
it was fortunate, you know, that we did get another year back to play. You know, but for some of those guys, you know, it's very tough. You know, you got to make the decision whether to move on in life or keep playing, and that can be really hard depending on, you know what your plans already are, and that really changes the plans for many people's cases.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, in your case, the decision was an easier one and a quicker one because you already had that degree.
Right, of course, yeah. So I was already on track to get my degree anyway, so it really just gave me an extra year. So, you know, I still have a year left now due to COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I have COVID, then I wouldn't have had another year. But
right.
So I guess it did kind of work out in my favor, you know, to give me that extra year in case I wanted it.
Well, speaking of that year of eligibility, you actually were going to go use that, were you not, for the Green Wave at Tulane University down in New Orleans, right?
Yeah. So I was committed to Tulane for next season, and you know, I really was looking forward to that, but you know, I just couldn't pass up on the deal that was given to me.
And I'm sure you've been in contact with them already, and they've got to understand where you're coming from, going to the Astros organization.
Yes, of course. Yeah, they're awesome people down there. You know, the coaches are awesome. The guys are really good. You know, they got a good thing going there, and great program. I couldn't speak any more highly of it.
So you are getting ready to board a plane tomorrow, Thursday, and head to West Palm Beach, Florida, which is the spring training location for the Houston Astros. And I've been there to that facility. It's just down the road a few miles from the Cardinals' spring training camp there in Jupiter. So it's a beautiful facility that the Astros have. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they share it with the Washington Nationals. So you're going to go down there, get your physical, and maybe do some workouts and stuff, and then probably get assigned to either one of the rookie league teams or a Class A team, I assume, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so I'll be leaving tomorrow night, fly down to West Palm, you know, get the physical and everything taken care of, you know, and meet some of the guys, you know, get my feet wet. And so I'll probably be there, you know, until I'm ready to get into a game, and then they'll decide where I go from there. Yeah,
that's great. That is so exciting. Let's talk a little bit about your high school career. As a Mount Vernon Ram, you graduated, of course, in 2017, and that year's team for the Rams went 26-10, had a good season, and you had an ERA that year of 1.87, and you had 75 strikeouts in 60 innings. That's pretty darn good. But you were also a pretty good hitter, too. You batted .268 and had 4 home runs. Talk about your playing days for Coach Holloway and the Rams.
Yeah, you know, those were the days I'll never forget, you know, playing with my best friends in high school. You know, they always say you'll never forget it, and it goes fast, and, you know, it really does. And I can tell you right now, I never will forget it. It was some of the best time of my life. You know, obviously I haven't swung a bat since, so, you know, it would be nice to go back and swing the bat a little bit, but, you know, I'm fortunate enough to, you know, be able to just throw the ball and not have to swing the bat anymore. So, you know, it was really fun, you know, playing with my brother, and, you know, you've done some coverage with Quentin, and it was really, you know, me and Quentin throwing on the weekdays, and, you know, reliving that. That was awesome. Yeah, I couldn't speak any more highly of Coach Holloway and the crew at Mount Vernon. You know, they do a fantastic job. You know, we had a lot of good guys my senior year, and, you know, we were fortunate enough to have a good team, and won a lot of baseball games.
Yeah, 26-10 that senior year. You mentioned your younger brother Weston. He's going to be going on down to SEMO now after playing at Rend Lake, and hopefully he can get healthy and play a little baseball down there.
Yeah, he's coming back from just a little injury. You know, nothing major. So he'll be going to SEMO, Southeastern Missouri State, next year. With it'll be his third year of school, but, you know, he'll still be a freshman technically on the field. So
yeah,
still got a long career ahead of him too, which. Whatever he wants to do with that, you know, that's up to him. You know, but, you know, I'm really proud of him, and he's done a really good job along the way. You know, he's a hard worker, and, you know, I know he'll do great things. Well,
let's talk a little bit about your time at Rend Lake too. In your pitching performance there with the Warriors, I see that you pitched 57 1/3 innings there for the Warriors and struck out 69 batters in 57 1/3 innings. Again, mowing them down.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I was also a starter at Rend Lake. You know, I didn't move to the bullpen until, you know, my last year at Memphis. So, the numbers are always going to look a little bit different for the starters. But yeah, I was fortunate enough to be a starter at Rend Lake, and we had a fun year. Competition level gets a lot better once you get to college. So it's definitely nice to get your feet wet and kind of learn how to pitch to different hitters. And the whole lineup, when you get to college, is everybody was their best player on their high school team or thereabouts. So the competition just keeps going up from there. I'm definitely a big firm believer in the JUCO route. If you think it's really betting on yourself, if you think you can do better than what you're doing right now, and just bet on yourself, and you can work hard to get yourself to the next level, then there shouldn't be any problem with playing JUCO baseball.
Well, you're exactly right. So many guys have been successful going that JUCO route and then on to a Division I school like you have, and then going on from there. And down at Memphis, I'm sure you made a lot of friends, a lot of teammates there that have become lifelong friends with you too, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've got friends from everywhere along the way that I still talk to almost every day. And, even from Mt Vernon to Rend Lake to Memphis, those are bonds and friendships that will never be they'll never be forgotten whenever it comes down to not playing baseball, or whenever that may be over. You'll always have those friendships.
Mm-hmm. And I know that you are under no illusion at all. You know how hard the work ethic's going to have to be to move up the ranks here as you go and move into professional baseball with the Astros. And I know you're eager to get started, eager to learn, but it's going to be a tough road, don't you?
Oh, of course, yeah. Like I said, at each level it just gets a little bit harder, and even when you're in the organization, you move up, and it just keeps getting harder from there. So that's you got to have the mindset. You can't get down on yourself, and you just got to treat every day as a new day and continue to move forward.
Well, Walker, we are so proud of you and excited for you to get this shot because, again, that's every young boy's dream is to try to play professional baseball. And I'm sure that was your boyhood dream too, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's always been my dream to play professional baseball. It's finally come, but the main thing I look at is you can't settle here. You got to keep working at it.
Yeah, and work at it you will, as you will head down to West Palm Beach and the Astros organization and get your crack at it, get your start at it. So we're excited for you. And hey, make sure you stay in touch with us. All right, let us all know how you're doing, and let people follow you on social media and that sort of thing too.
Sounds awesome. Thank you.
Okay, well we definitely appreciate you joining us today on the show, and best of luck to you as you move on to try some professional baseball with the Astros organization, Walker. Take care, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.